Well, good morning there, YouTube. Coming to you from Akron, Ohio. You're gonna hear some beeping in the background because I got my windows down inside. I'm being loaded inside. I know it's kind of dark. It's about 7:30 Monday morning, the 15th. Getting loaded with some insulation heading down to Fort Myers, Florida. 2-day run. Full 2-day run, but it's probably gonna take me 3 days. We'll see. Anyway, but yeah, I'm getting loaded here at Owens Corning in Akron, Ohio, or Talmadge, Ohio. Nothing really much going on right now. I'm thankful that I'm able to load inside. It is cold up here. It's 24 degrees. I have to stay in the truck while I'm getting loaded. They have some safety procedures here and all that kind of stuff that you got to adhere to. I had to take the red line off my trailer. I had to sit in the truck with my PPE on, personal protective equipment. I had safety glasses, vest, and safety steel-toe boots. But other than that, and then I do get to strap down inside, so that's a blessing. That is a blessing. You hear me? So I don't know if you can see that in the window right there to my left. I'm getting loaded with. I am going to turn y'all around so you can see what's in front of me. That's what I'm getting loaded with. Something a little similar to that. Actually mine is tarp though already individually, so I don't have to tarp it. But that's a guy that's in front of me. My load time this morning was 7 o'clock. My appointment time was 7 o'clock. But they were still getting my load together. But so far so good. My loads have kind of changed for the end of the week or the middle of the week. I was supposed to go back up to North Florida to come back to DC. But those loads been pushed, so my dispatch is working on something, but I'm still expecting great things. Other than that, well, let me see. Probably gonna show you. I don't know if you're gonna get that on there or not. Let's see. Yeah, you got it on there. Yeah, he's gonna have to shift that whole load to the front some more. Wow. Anyway, all right, good people. We'll holler at you later. All right, good people. This is my load. This is insulation. I had to strap. You had to use 14 straps. The load on the weighs about 5,200 pounds, something like that. Very, very light load. Very light load. But that's it. This is a very light load. The guy was in there saying, "Man, y'all heavy haulers don't know how to pull this stuff." I'm like, "No, I'm gonna change it, tie it down." I said, "No, because we're overtied." But it's all good. But look at this mess. Truck drivers, we got to stop. I mean, this is horrible. It's just horrible. It's a nasty group of people right now. We're not professional at all. Anyway, later. Well, good people, we got something big coming down the road there. Hey, yeah, look at that. I don't know what it is. It's a dual lane. Got a pusher and a puller. Whatever it was big. Anyway, how y'all doing? We're on I-77 going southbound. I don't know, I think we're still in Ohio. Ain't much going on right now. look at my load here. It's so light it might blow off the trailer, so I gotta make sure I don't keep an eye on that rear part. Anyway, we'll keep it moving, good people.
Entering West Virginia.
Alrighty, we're in West Virginia, crossing over the Ohio River. Still on I-77 heading south. Trying to sit here and figure out what I wanted to talk about today. We got a lot of hours to go. A lot of hours. Find something to talk about to you good people. Nah, I know y'all like looking at that road too. But they get something figured out here. That's one thing I wanted you all to put in the comments what you want me to talk about as far as it being trucking. Like I tell you, it's unconventional for me. Like even today, I guess I can talk about. Yeah, I can do that. Let's talk about loading, doing a load you haven't loaded before. Like for me, a lot of the flatbed freight that I pull, being steel, wood, what I got now is insulation. A lot of times for me, it's my first time pulling it, and what I do most times, like I did when I was doing heavy haul when I first got into it, I make sure I'm not first. And if I can help it, not second. But if I can be third or fourth, or if I can see 2 or 3 different people do that job or tie it down 2 or 3 different ways, and I try to mesh it all together in the way I would like to do it. Or I may do it just like they did it, and they all do it the same. But today when I was at the place, Owens Corning in Talmadge, Ohio, they asked me how many times I've ever been there before. I told them my first time, and I've hauled insulation before, but I never did. Each time it's different, but it's been so long. So they wanted 14 straps, 3 on the front, 3 on the front set, 2 each on the next 4 sets, and then 3 on the rear set. And but what I did while I was waiting to be loaded, I watched the guys in front of me, what they were doing, how they were tied down, and all that kind of good stuff. And so just watching them intently to make sure, okay, this is how to do it. And for the most part, that's what I do. Unless now heavy hauls a little bit more hands-on because weight distribution it has to be right. Like this load here is only 5,200 pounds. So there, in theory, 1 tie-down strap could hold this load, but 1 tie-down strap can't because of how long the load is. But one 4-inch strap has the capacity of holding down 5,400 pounds. Like I said, this load here is 48 feet of trailer load, but only weighs 5,200 pounds. So, it's just one of those things, whenever I go to certain places or whatever, new, especially during flatbed, like tarping, I constantly watch how people tarp. All the time. I'm always watching how people tarp because I know I'm not good at it. And I want to be better. I see some of these guys who tarp their loads, and the tarping is just that big, huge, sometimes plastic, most times, I forget what kind of material it is, but it's heavy. It's what you see covering some of these loads, whatever. Sometimes you see them flapping in the wind, and I can't stand to see it or pull something like that. Well, I see a lot of guys from TMC, Mercer,
Schneider, all these big name companies, whatever, and they stuff be tight. Melton, Maverick, you know, I want to go to one of their classes. The company I work for, they may do it. I made it ask. Cause I just hate looking raggedy out there, you know. But mine hasn't been bad. It just hasn't been what I like, I think. But anyway, you know, one big thing about trucking is observation. And you're always constantly learning something. And the day you stop learning, the day you think you know it all, it's about time for you to get out of this industry, you know. Because you get like that, you're bound to either hurt yourself or somebody else. And that ain't cool. You know, even though, you know, the mistake I made with my finger, you know, I know what not to do, you know, and I learned something from that. You know, I can't just say, oh, I'd never do that again or whatever, you know, and I probably never will, but I learned something from it. You know, even with this low here, I'm about to get out and check because some of the guys at the place, they put an X on the back of theirs so the load wouldn't kind of bounce backwards because it's so light. So I'm gonna check it out to see. They told me all I need to do is put 3 straps on the rear. You know, and that's what I did. But you know, I've been advised I may have to put an extra set of straps on the rear. So we'll see. We'll see how it goes. You know, because I want to make sure it looks good going down the road, but also that it's tied down correctly. Other than that, I mean, you know, I'm always in trucking. I don't care if you're a rookie or an old head. You know, all right, that truck driver, like, you know, if you're a rookie or an old head, or you're right in the middle like myself. Oh, she's sleeping. She looks sleeping. Holy smoke. You know, always be observant. There's always a different way to tie something down, a more efficient way, you know, or just different. You know, just different, you know, just make sure you cover your load. You know, I'm gonna go over that in the one day as well, as far as chains and binders, what your working on load limits are on those things, because you know, I think we got a lot of guys out here that don't know that they should be looking at. They have a grade 70 half-inch chain which holds, which, you know, on an indirect tie down, yeah, that chain does 11,300 pounds. That's how much weight it can hold down, how much weight that chain is rated to hold. But if you got a binder that only holds 9,600 pounds, well, you just downgraded that chain to 9,600 pounds. You know, because you're only as strong as your weakest link, and the weakest link is that 9,600 pound binder. Yeah, that chain can hold down 11,300 pounds, but that binder can only do 9,600 pounds. You know, so you need to make sure that, you know, for me and what I do, I make sure my binders are heavier than my chain, or stronger than my chain. My binders are 12,000 pounds. My chains are 11,000 pounds. So now I can count. If I got 6 chains, I got half-inch chains I got to throw. Well, I know I can use 11. I know I have 11,300 pounds worth of chain I can use. There are different things that they talk about with indirect and direct tie down. That's a little bit more involved. But for right now, you know, I'll leave that there. You know, a lot of, and also with trailers, the pockets and the spool on the pockets, or on the trailer on the side rail, only hold 5,400 pounds. So sometimes it doesn't even matter what size. If you got a heavier chain, if you got a heavier binder, it may not even matter, because the pocket or the spool on that pocket is only rated between 5,000 and 5,400 pounds. But for what I use those big chains for, that's for the big machines, so therefore it's on something, it's on a low boy or RGN or stretch step deck trailer. And you have different hold downs and tie downs for that. That can, you know, you can have your that you hold on to, your chains hold on to, so you have the weight that will let you be able to use the full weight of your chains and binders. But you know, that's it for now. You know, just make sure when you get out here you observe. You make sure you have the right equipment to make sure you get the job done. You want to always do the best you can to cover 100% of your load. If your load weighs 60,000 pounds, you need to have 60,000 pounds of chains and binders, straps. You know, now there are times like with machines, you might not be able to do that because they don't have enough tie down. But my company required at that point, DOT requires at least 50% of the load. The goal is always 100%, but the least amount you can do is 50% of that load. So you know, some of my bigger machines and stuff that I've tied down, like those big beams we did, those things weighing 200,000 pounds plus. No, they weigh more than that, 250, 300,000 pounds plus. We would never get 150,000 pounds worth of chains on those because you're going to tie them down in certain spots. I'm sorry, yeah. So there are provisions that are made for that. But anyway, that's enough on that for today. I figured out something to talk about. But I'll come back with you all tomorrow or another day. I take that back. I'm going to come back later on this evening to finish out this video. But I try to figure out more things to talk about when I have these long runs. And get on down this road with y'all. We'll get back with you. I'm going to stop here in a little bit and check this load out to see where we are. We'll go from there. Good morning there, Facebook. Did it anyway. I did it.